Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I have another video to share for you. It is going to be for the hashtag 50 stack challenge, 8, and it's 2026 subscriber prompts hosted by Amy at CraftyCat. Today she did her last two prompts. 49 and 50, but I'm still backtracking. I still have quite a few of these cards to finish up, and I'm okay with that. You can do it as your leisure. You can do as many as you want. You can join in and do past ones. This original video that she posted was on 5/18/2026, and it's for number 21 house, number 22 empty package. And I was inspired by this fabric. I love this fabric. I got quite a bit of it from Hobby Lobby. And I glued it with this glue stick, Elmer's Craft Bond Extra Strength Permanent Bond. I'm out of my Scotch Create Permanent, so I'm using this. I can get this locally at Hobby Lobby, so that's what I've been using. All right, I'll show you what I made, and I'm just going to recreate it for you. It's pretty hot here. We're going to have triple digits again. So, my basket of goodies here. I'm going to use this die set. This is by Recollection. It is a layering house die. You can get these at your local Michael's. I love this die, and I cut fabric pieces out to make a house. So I'm just gonna, well, I kind of need that, so I'm gonna leave that out. And I did find these envelopes with the magnets in them at Hobby Lobby as well. I'm pretty sure they're Recollection. So I was inspired by a past video where I made these cute little houses. This one I put on a tag, and I like how that turned out. It's a fabric tag. It's I glued fabric to cardstock, cut it out, and then just made that. So I was inspired by that. And then I made this. This is my house. And I used that burlap paper I get from Hobby Lobby. It's not cheap, but if you get it when it's on sale, I didn't, for like a 12 by 12 piece, it's like $2.99 or something like that. But I've been using it here or there, and I'm enjoying it. So that's what I cut my house out of. Here's the house here. And then to make it stable, I glued it to some brown cardstock. I cut two of them out. Because right here, it cuts through. I'll show you on the brown here. When you cut it out, and I'm thinking that's because you can cut that top off and make it a different color. And that's what I did here. This yellow here is out of fabric. So show you my fabric pieces. These are the ones I was cutting out of. I've got some tiny pieces here. So I'm hoping I have enough fabric here this is that same fabric glued to copy paper. Let's see here. I want to get all my little pieces out because I'm going to have to cut them. So I was just picking colors. And then my empty package is this silverware bag from our local barbecue place that we like. And I made a pocket out of that. The background is from Ideals magazine, and I really like that in the background. It kind of has some of the colors in the fabric pieces that I cut out. And then when I did the windows, I cut these little windows out of the fabric. Then I put some lace behind them. And the lace came from this here. My daughter had this in her stash. It's like that burlappy trim. And this was perfect. So I just peeled this off, cut a little piece um, big enough. Let's see here. Here's the window piece. I just cut a piece big enough to go behind there so it looks like there's curtains. And then I wasn't getting the effect that I was wanting because it just looked like that. So I thought, well, I'll put some yellow, or not yellow, cream color cardstock behind it and glued that. And that gave it the look that I wanted. So also too, I didn't glue this all the way down. So there is a pocket here as well. So I can tuck something in here. And then back here, you can tuck something in here. Now this is basically the size of a, let me find a sheet of paper here, of like a belly band. So this could go on your page like that. You know, you could even just glue it down top and bottom, have a tuck here. You could tuck something in here and tuck something in here as well. But I really want to make like a little notepad to go in here for writing space. So I'll do that later on, but I like how that turned out. I didn't have any more of the Ideals magazine pages. I only brought a few with me, and we don't have any books here. I did see some on Marketplace, but they were kind of proud of them. So what I did was pulled out some uh, calendars. And I'm thinking the calendar pages might be perfect for like a little backdrop. So let's see, like here would be my house. Like say you put your house on there, as long as it's tall enough to go on your silverware bag or whatever you're putting it on. So I basically cut off, a couple inches off the top of the bag. So here's the bag that I would be using. So let me go ahead and get started. I'll make it first and then I'll figure out what, probably not the butterflies, but I'll decide what page to put it on. Like there's a nature, a nice nature. Like see if you put that in the background there, it looks good. I mean, it kind of looks like it's in the water, but so I'll decide after that. Excuse me. Oh, okay. Have these two, so we'll see. All right, so there's that. We got a couple baskets here. I'm trying to keep everything separated. So I guess I'll start with the house first. I'm gonna glue this to here so that it has some stability to it. And then it, like I said here, it does cut that part. I guess you could reinforce this and make that a pocket too, but for now I'm gluing these two together. So let's see, I need my mat to glue on. That's a piece of, I have a piece of parchment here too. I'll try to be mindful to keep up in the camera. I know I need to stay out that way a little bit more. Excuse me. Let me take a drink. Okay. So just going to use the 3-in-1 to glue this. I'm just going to put some glue on here. So if you're die cutting fabric and you've glued it to paper, make sure your glue's dry before you cut it out. So, and I'm gonna cut some pieces out and I'll try to give you some tips along the way. I've been die cutting for a very long time, so I've made all the mistakes for you. All right. Yeah. I need to get one of those little squeegee things. I'll just use my thing here so I'm not, my fingers aren't full of glue. Okay, I'll let that dry. All right, so I basically need to figure out what I want for the, I'll do the door first. I did like the brown cardstock as the door step. So I don't know if I cut two of those out or not. Yeah, I did. So I can put that down. I do have some extra pieces. Like I said, I was trying everything on here to see what looked good. I guess your door kind of sets the tone. So I'm going to pick a different color door. So let me put the steps down first. And this will be like a how-to for this die set of where to, how to start and what pieces to put down first. Now, if you want your, excuse me, your door in the center, you can do that, or you could put it off to the side, but you won't be able to put as many windows, you know. So I think I'm gonna continue on with the 3-in-1 because this is like textured burlap, so I want to make sure this sticks really good. So I'm just going to put these steps like right in the middle. Oops. And then decide what I want my door to look like. I went with the stripes because normally doors aren't like flower shaped or anything like that. So I think I might go with this red stripe here. That might look good. I'm not sure. Let's see what pieces I have. This I want to save for the windows. I thought I had a bigger piece here. Probably from cutting everything. I might have to glue another piece. Let's see, let me look at my basket. I might have another big piece. There's another small piece. I could always glue another piece. Got a big scrap here. That's a good size piece. I don't think there's anything on here I want as a door. Maybe I would go with just trying to think. What do I want? Don't have enough of that yellow for a door. I could do a red check door. That's kind of cool. I really want it to be whimsy, so maybe I'll do that. So I'll cut that out. Or I do have a black door here. I could just do this black door. That makes a statement. Because I'm using cardstock and fabric together. So, sorry, I don't know why my every time I get on camera, my throat acts up. So let's see. I think I'm going to do the black door. I like it. And I wish I would have had some seed beads here to put as doorknobs, but I don't have any here. So I might pick up a pack of like different colors. I think I'm going to like the solid door. That will help my options with the colors of the other pieces. I'm trying not to be too matchy-matchy. I tend to do that, but I want it to be fun and whimsy. Right. Just trying to get that on there. Okay, there's my door. I'll put the doorknobs on later. For now, it looks like they're brown, so I might just leave that. Okay, and the next piece you would do is your the top of your door. You have to set this here so that you know where to put your windows. Because I made a sample, and I didn't put this top part on, and I had trouble fitting my windows in there. So there is a door frame too that you could make a door frame. Where's my other? My other one's right here. See, it's like frames the door out. I don't know that I'm going to do that. I could, it would frame it out. Let me cut it out and see if I like it. So I'll set this aside and bring the big kick over. I do have the chrome. It's the chrome precision base plate. It is mirrored, so that's why I put paper on it, because it reflects in the camera. So I'm just going to try to keep this. This is just copy paper. Keep that on there. And then I'm going to cut a piece of brown cardstock out. I'm sure I got a scrap here. This should be big enough. Maybe not. Let me grab my brown cardstock. Oops. I try to use my scraps when I can. Otherwise, I'm making too many scraps. Okay, so there's that. So I'm just going to cut this out, and it doesn't cut all the way. It just cuts that little piece out. You know, I did pick up new cutting plates, because the ones we got with the machine were still good, but they were well loved. And I got these at Michael's as well. So I'm just going to cut this out. So there's my piece. It's right there. Cut through. All right, I'm going to set this aside. I don't have enough room on my desk here that I'm at my daughter's to have everything on it, but that's okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to frame it out. I like that. So I'll need to use the fine tip art glitter glue. So I put some, see if I can hang on to this. It's a little tricky. You got to put less glue is better. Oops. I'm trying to do dots. Just do dots. And I dropped it. Hopefully I got enough glue on it. So what you do is get your top piece first, set in, and then wiggle the side pieces in. It's hard because the art glitter glue sets right away. Oops. It's not over far enough. Sorry if you can't see, I'm just trying to get it into place here. And it's no fun with black cardstock either because everything shows up on it. So that'll be okay there because I'm going to put a top piece on there. Okay, so I like the black door. So now I'm going to put my top piece on, which will be this piece here. And I'm just going to do that in the brown. I don't think I have this one cut out. I could do that. I have that already cut out. I think I'm going to use that piece. And then there's another piece that goes on top of there, which I do have a piece cut out. That would be cute. All right, let me use this piece, seeing I already cut it out. I probably should use the 3-in-1 because it's going on top of this burlappy paper. Okay, I'm putting that right on top of that door frame to cover that brown. I find I like that better. Okay, and then there's another piece here that I already have cut out. This is out of fabric. I think I'm going to use that. Yeah, I kind of like that. So we'll have to try to get some. This one I could use the art glitter. It works really well with fabric. But I'm going to use the 3-in-1 because I have a little bit of wiggle room to get it into place. You can put this 3-in-1 in a fine tip bottle like this, but if you don't use it all the time, it dries up, it gets thick, and you can't get it out. So I'm just moving that into place. There. Okay, that's cute. Now I need to figure out my windows. I really like the blue windows here. I think I have enough of that because I ended up gluing another piece here because I really liked it. So I think I'm going to cut the windows out of that and I'll show you how I backed them. So that die, well, let's see, I got to do the top too. Let me do the top part too. I got to do this top part here. So I'm going to cut something out. And all I did was cut enough to fit this area here and then just snipped it here and snipped it here. So I kind of like this if I have enough, and I think I do, of this fabric. That would be cute. So in order to fit this in my machine, I'm going to cut this off right here. Just cut this little piece off. Okay, so let's do this top part first. Let's set this aside again. Bring the big hook over. And then I'm just going to line this up like this and run it through, and I can just snip it there. Okay, so let me do that. So with fabric to paper die cutting, I like to use the chrome base plate. If you have the first model, which I do, up north, it's called the precision base plate. If you have that one, it doesn't have a mirrored finish. I really like it, so I may bring that back down with me. So let me go and cut this out. And I always cut everything at an angle. I would never put this straight edge in first. You're going to get a lot of popping and banging. And all of these recommendations I've learned from watching Tim Holtz share his products and the card makers. Okay, so there's that. I'm just going to put another clean sheet of copy paper in there for the next. Okay, so see that, cut that out. I don't need that. This is probably a scrap I will not need. Okay. So there's the top half, and I'm just going to snip this from the back so I can see it. I can save that piece. So this is going to go here, like that. So I'll glue that down. Before I do that, there is I want to cut this. Did I cut it out? No. This little window at the top that I did here. Hmm. I may cut it out in black. Let's see. Let me cut that out now. We have to cut a couple pieces here. So cut some black scraps. That's big enough. And then underneath, I'm going to put a piece of brown and cut them both at the same time. I think this is big enough. That way I can get them both at the same time. So let's see, I'm going to do the brown on top. I'm just going to cut out this little piece right there. That way I'll have options. Let me move this aside. Okay. Poke the centerpieces out. I hadn't thought of putting lace behind this, so got two. I've got a brown and a black, and I'll see which one I like. Okay. I'm gonna need that die. So let's see. This will go here, either the black, so it matches, or the brown. I think I'm going to like the brown better because I want to make my windows colored. Yeah, I like the brown. So I'm just wondering if I don't put some yellow cardstock behind it. Let me get a scope again. Is that big enough? Yeah, that would be big enough. I'd have to glue it and then cut around it, just so it looks like there's light behind it. So let me glue this down and then try to cut around it. Let's see. I'm already half an hour here. So the 50 stack challenge has ended, but I still have index cards that I haven't done yet. So I'll still be doing when I can. I don't know if I'm going to be able to cut that or not. We'll see. Oops. I have trifocals, and this is not the greatest angle to be seeing out of. I might have to just, oops, cut into it. Dang it. Okay. Let's see how that'll look. I don't know that I like it. How about the yellow with black? I might do that one. Now let me glue this. I think I might like this a lot better than the brown. So I think the brown just gets lost, and this will match the door. All right, where's my little scissors? Lost them already? Oh, I put them in the drawer. I have a bad habit of putting stuff away. All right, take my time with this one. I can always put some distress ink or something around it so you won't see the yellow. Oops. I only get sight for a little bit, and then I start to go worried. All right. Let me take my black soot and give it a hit. Got a empty one there. That was a nice surprise. There, that's better. I like that. All right, I think we're good to go. All right, so the trick to getting this on, before I put this on here, you can see from the back there's like a little, I don't know if you can see it, maybe it's right here where it's like you line up this window. So I found that if I put this in my die, there is where it goes to a point on one end here, and that's where it lines up. And then I took a pin. Let me grab a pin. I mean, you could just wing it and try to be straight with it, get it straight, but I'm going to do this. I'm going to poke a hole through here if I can with this. There we go. Got it. And then I'm going to poke it. I'm going to go from the back so I can see it better. Right in the center of there. So that kind of gives me an idea of where that's supposed to be. It's kind of hard to see with the fabric, so I'm going to put this back in here. and try to line it up. And put that hole right there. Okay, so that's basically where it goes. And of course I have fiddly fingers, so okay, it basically goes there like that. So I'm gonna sneak some glue in here. Maybe I'm gonna use my 3-in-1 while I got a hold of it. That should be good. So that is down. Probably would have been easier to just wing it, but so now I'm going to glue this down here. I'm going to use the 3-in-1 because this is like textured. And then I need to figure out, I don't know, there's like a frame that goes on top of this. So I'll try to look from the back as the easiest way to figure out where to put that. I like it. Okay, we're gonna see how these windows are gonna look. I got one more piece to go up here. Just trying to figure out what color. This one here, I did the opposite. I did like the yellow fabric and then I did the colored fabric up top. So maybe, I don't think I have enough yellow here. This is for my windows. Maybe this green would be cute. I think I got enough of this green. So enough to cut. I have a little bit of blue on it, but I think I'm going to cut this out. All right, let me cut this out. Okay. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Now see that mirrored part there is reflecting. So I'm going to put a piece of cardstock there. Some here. And there's my piece. This is the fabric piece that's going to go on top of here. I don't know, it's kind of dark. I should have glued some more fabric. Let's see here. I have enough pieces to do another project here. Maybe I'm just gonna go do the, maybe I might just do the black cardstock. Let me do that. Okay, there's that. And then smaller piece. I had a small piece. So let's see. How big is this piece? Find it. Okay. You can fast forward through all of this process. I just like to share how I do things and make things. There's that. Okay, so there's that piece. Oops. It likes to stay in there. Okay, there's a black piece, so let's see how I like it. Yeah, it's kind of going with the theme, so I'm gonna go with it. So let me move this down. Oops. The trick with this is to get the top first, and it helps with the fabric tack to be able to move it around and move it up so you're not seeing your behind cardstock or fabric or whatever. Okay, so there's that. Okay, so now I'm wondering how my blue windows are going to look on here. I don't know. I may have to do black windows. So there's that. All right, I can't in the morning cut one out and say, hey, I don't like it. So let me cut this out. And put my machine over here. It's really a pain in the butt with this mirrored plate, but it's my preference for cutting fabric. Okay, so now if I had my little mini sidekick, I could definitely do that. I might have to get one for here. The little sidekick for little smalls like this. That would work. Okay. All right, my little window is here, and it does cut the centers out. And my daughter had a great idea to, you could use these as like shutters. Like say if you put the door off to one side or you put these on another project, you could use these as shutters. Like I would do different colors, but that would work. So let's see if I like the blue. I think I'm going with black windows. That is the theme. All right, so I need four windows cut out of the black cardstock. So let me do that. And then a piece of tape. Bring this back over. I'm going to do 4 of these in the black cardstock. And I have a black scrap here. Not really enough. This will get me 4. I'm thinking I can cut 2 at once. We'll see. 2. 3. There's 4. Let me try 2 at once and see how that goes. Okay, I think it did work. Okay, I'll need those. These are my pieces right here. There's one, and then there's one in there. So I poke that out, so I can do 2 at once. Oops. Okay, there's 2, so I need 2 more. So I don't need that. Mess on my desk. This back over. And I'm looking for my 2 pieces of cardstock. What did I do with those? Oh, they're in my hand. Oh, wow. Okay. I just put painter's tape on there to cover up the hole where it punched through. Right, let me cut these out and then I'll be able to do some assembly. Okay. Let's see. Don't need these. And I've just dumped all my pieces here. Oh, my light's flashing. Okay. So I just want these outer pieces. And I think I'm still going to put the lace behind. I think that would be cool. Okay, so there's 4 of those. So where's my house here? I'll make sure I get that. It cut through the copy paper. I want to make sure I get that off. So I won't glue it, so eventually it'll pop off. Okay, we're good there. Alright, so these are going to go like so. Yeah, I like the black. I like it. These are going to go like so. I'll put these first, but I want to glue them to this trim that my daughter had that I'm taking apart. Alright, so let's see. There should be enough. I'll get these gluing and see if I want to put the cream cardstock on the back side. I don't know. Might just look okay with just the lace. So it looks like this is just hot glued or something to this trim, probably from Dollar Tree or something. So there's those. So let's see. I might just leave the lace. I like that. I should have tried it on that one. I can always glue some pieces in there. Alright, so let me glue these. These are the tricky ones because they're very thin and fiddly. So, alright, I'm gonna try the 3-in-1. It's kind of, she had a smaller tip. Just gonna try to hit it. I might prefer to do the art glitter, but I want it to stick. These things are so gluey. What I need is a little alcohol swab to clean them, but this will do. Okay, so all right, get that drying. Let me do all these and then I'll give them a quick trim. I'm trying not to squeeze my glue. I'm just trying to just rub it over the top, just enough to get it to stick down because I'm still gonna glue it to there. Okay. All right, 2 more. Let's see, where am I at the time? Okay, I'm probably gonna go over a little bit. So I still gotta do my bag. Oops. But that's how it is with a process video. There's no cut corners or I don't worry about it. I started my channel to share what I'm working on, so and the doing the prompts is a great way to make things outside of your comfort zone, try things you've never tried. Okay, one more. Let's see. This is the back, I think. Yeah. Okay. All right, I think this one was the first one, so it's probably a little bit dry. Just gonna give it a trim. Okay. Still a little wet. I probably should have done these first, but I really didn't know what color I was going through. Gonna do. All right, one more. All right, let's see what they look like. If I want to put something. I don't think I'm going to put anything in the background. I don't think I would like the yellow. No. Okay. So we'll put these down first, line these up, and then I can line those up. So I like how that turned out. I mean, you don't have to put windows down here either. You can put something decorative. This tag here, this house, I put stickers. And I used matte medium because they were shiny. Coated them with matte medium first and then stuck them down. That takes the sheen away. So that wasn't my invention, but yeah. All right, I'm going to put this one down first. Oops. Just gonna line it, try to line it up there. So it looks like it has curtains. Very cute. There is a piece, um, a windowsill piece, but I'm not going to use that because it's very tiny and it's right here. If I can pick it up, it's this piece right here. And just cut a piece to go under here. I'm not going to use that piece. Okay. So these are going to go like right here, right in the center of the door. Whoops. I'm just putting glue in the around the frame and then the center wherever there's cardstock. So let's see, like right there. I may not do any doorknobs because it looks like they're brown. I may save it until I find some seed beads. Got a little white trim there, but let's just see. I could have went around with my black soot, but that's okay. Good enough. All right, that's my house. So now I'm going to do my bag. Where is my bag? I got things falling over everywhere. All right, here's my bag. That turned out cute. I like the black. That's a surprise for me. So I want my bag to be the size of a page. So that would be 8.5, because it's 8.5 by 11. So 8.5 that way. So let me mark that. And I'll just do it with my cutter. All right, I think I can get rid of all these little pieces here. Put them in my basket because I'm not using them. All right. Let's see. These bags are not straight by any means, and because they're just silverware bags. So I'm just gonna cut it right there. I don't need to save that. Let me just check my paper. Let's see. Yeah, that's good. You can make this into a belly band or whatever. So now I just need to pick what I want for the backdrop. All right, here's my calendars. And it all depends because here's my little house. Oh, that looks good. I like that, but I don't think that's tall enough. I might have to make a shorter one. Just a little bit shy. I really love the colors with that. Or I could bring it over here, but it would kind of be in the water though. All right. Let's see. Got this one here. This is a nice little calendar, but I don't. That looks good there. You wouldn't see the horse at all. I like this for the backdrop. Let's see how tall. That would work out. I could bring that up a little bit. Bring my house down. I did on this one make it a little bit bigger in the front, and I did put the cutoff from this in the bag, make this stronger because I knew I wanted to put a little notepad in here, like a tall notepad. So I cut it a little bit wider, and so my house hangs off just a little bit because my thing's here. So I'm thinking I like that. All right, let's see what else I have. So that's a maybe. This one is too dark. So I have these calendars. Okay, so I'm going over, but you know, that's pretty. That really brightens up that house. And it shows another house in the background, so I don't know about that. Like this is the cottage down below. That horse is kind of in the way, so I'd have to get it where that horse is. No, if it didn't have this house here, so I use something there. That's cool. It's not gonna go though. Nope. Nope. Oh, how about this? Wow. That would be a house on the water. Nope. I love that background though. What about a house on rock? Hmm. We're not in the snow. even though it looks kind of cool. Okay, so that's a no. I don't think there's anything in here. Not sure. I think I've cannibalized everything in here. Oh, maybe. Well, that's cool. Can't be in the water. Ooh, I know. I love this. I love the colors here. I'm not going to be able to see the horses, but I like the colors. It's a toss-up between that one and that one. I think I like this one. It's really bright and cheery. Uh, okay, so maybe that one. Nope, 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 nope. That's cool. Waterfall on the back of the house? No. All right, and these are butterflies, so all right. I think it's going to be this one here. I really like how cheerful it is at the top there. I could always put a butterfly in the tree or something. All right, let me go with that. So don't count out your calendar pages. Right? So for this, I cut, I think 3 1/4. Let me see. 3 1/4 and glued it on the bag. Yeah, 3 1/4. So let me do that. Should have a scrap here. Will work. And that's, I glued cardstock to the back of the paper, and I'm going to do that with the calendar just because it's so flimsy. So that will work. 3 1/4. So let me cut that. And then I want to line the inside of the bag with something just to make it strong. Like this one here, because I'm going to be putting something in and out, and it's so flimsy. So let me do that first. And I just use scraps from there. I could use scraps from here. So let me cut this piece first. I lost my house. All right, so am I going to go right there? I really like that. So I should have cut this 3 1/4. So every time now my dad says, "Do you want another calendar?" I say, "Yes, Dad. Thank you. Please and thank you." I like that. So that'll work out. It's a little shy, but I'll put it all the way to the top so I can put my house to the bottom there. I'll cut it a little bit. I can cut it just a little bit right there. I'll glue it and then trim it. All right, let me glue this. I'm just going to use the 3-in-1, I think. Yeah. This is slick, so yeah, I feel bad about covering the horses up, but I really love the colors. It just brightens this house up. I like that. And I can see the black fence through there too. All right, I'm gonna trim this on my trimmer and I'll have it all crooked as you know what. And Good enough. And I better check my bag. I'm going to trim my bag just a smidge. Mm, hopefully this, no, I knew it. Should just cut it with my scissors. That's okay. I knew it would bunch up in there. I was kind of worried about it. All right, so my bag's going to go on here, like so. But I want to line the inside of this and have enough of this, I think, to do that. Yeah, let me do that. Might as well use the top of this. Let's see. Right there should be enough. And I still got this to use for something. And then hopefully I've got enough, which I do. And I'm going to fold this in half. And then just cut it to fit. So I'm going to glue it to the inside. Hopefully that fits. That will fit. Okay, I'm just going to put some glue on here. Trying to slide that back in. I probably should have trimmed a little bit more off there because it's a little tight. But I think I'm going to get it. With gluey fingers and all. That'll just make that top of that bag a little bit stronger. And it's the same color as the I'm putting this whole piece on the back side here because I plan on gluing this down. So just need to trim this a little bit shorter this time. Let me try it. Yeah, that'll work, but I want that hole on the outside though. This is called Make Use of Your Scraps. That'll work because that whole back side will be glued down on a page. It just gave it what I was looking for. So now I'm going to put this on here, like so, right in the center. So I'm going to put glue on this because this is wider. Then I can put my house on. And then I'll be done. I don't have enough time to make my little notepads to go on the inside, so I'll have to do a show and tell later on. But I like that concept. That way you have a little secret writing space. Okay, so I want to put this right in the center of that. So it's a little bit wider than the bag. It gives it stability, and plus my house will sit on there nicely. So like that. Great use of the bag. Nice. I like it. So I'm going to glue this down, and I'm just going to put, I think this is too flimsy to have as a pocket, so I think I'm going to add some glue and glue that down. This being a pocket is enough. So I think I'm going to do that right now, just because where that cuts, I think it's best to just glue it down. So I'm going to do that right now. Okay, so this I'm going to completely glue down, but I'm going to, I guess the whole thing is going to fit on there. I'm going to glue the whole thing. All right. I feel a sneeze coming on. We have not had any rain. We could use a really good rain. It's like dry and hot. Cute. Turned out really cute. I'm just going to center that. I like it. I surprise myself every day. It feels so good to just create and make things. Sometimes you get stuff in your head and it's hard to get it down to paper. So I like how that turned out. So it has a little secret little spot here, and I'll probably put a tab on it. I want to make a little notepad to go in there, a long tall with writing paper, so you can write stuff and put it in there. So I love how those turned out. That was a happy surprise. So, all right, let me put this on before I forget about it. And that is my share after an hour and 18 minutes. Not too bad. I've done worse. For the 50 Stack Challenge 8, hosted by Amy at Crafty Cat. And this is number 21 House and number 22 Empty Package. I like it. I like it. Now, Amy is going to be doing autumn challenge here starting September 1st, I believe. So be on the lookout for that. 'Tis the season. We'll be able to make some things with some autumn colors, which is great. I love the autumn colors. And so yeah, so that is my share for today. Really like how they turned out. I could always cover this back here too with something so you don't see the bag, but um, like I said, this is going to be glued down on a page. My page, like so. That looks good on there. Uh, so yeah, you wouldn't even see it. So I would want to glue it down totally so it was stable, and then make a little notebook thing to put in there that's really tall that fits in there, like a tall skinny, and then I'll probably put a little lace or fabric tab or something on there. I could use some of this fabric here and put a little tab on there. That would be cute. So you know it's there. Yeah, I like it. I really like that. Okay, that's my share. Take good care. Bye.